Hey, sorry guys, I'm gonna follow back and then was 4 for you guys. Hey guys, cause my pals, it's just some of my. I'm not doing a story or anything, but there's going to be little shorts, like something that I've been telling you about. There's this person in my life. She would have been 100 or something today, but she passed away a long time ago. She wanted me to do this channel if I ever grew up and did this kind of thing for you guys to make you all smile and enjoy life. This is for my Nana, and happy birthday. Because you were a big part of my life and still are, even in death. And let's talk about some things about my Nana. My Nana, Ina, used to be a prisoner's cook. She worked in a prison. She even helped prisoners that are supposed to get out of jail, out of prison, learn a program type of saying how to cook. She also fostered children that didn't have a proper home. She used to own a cafe or a restaurant as well. 2 times. She also had, on many occasions, had many jobs where she had different homes back then. One of the coolest homes I heard about was in Prince Albert. There's this mountain, there's some hillside. You go past by each time. Well, there used to be a house there. And that's where my nana used to live, was in the house, old house. It used to be a farm area for her. And my mom and her foster kids. They usually fought over rooms of foster kids and my mom. My nana always worked, so my mom had babysitters. So it was basically her being the only one to make the bread money in the family. My nana had a lot of kids back then. Birth kids, foster kids, adopted kids, which was my mom. But she still cared for them no matter what. When grandkids came into the picture, or great grandkids, she was excited for that day to have a little one. And then there's some stories that I love to talk about when I was born into the family and became the next gen for it, but that's another time. There are some stories I would like to say what me and Nana used to do. My Nana gave me my first instrument, which was the keyboard. My first instrument wasn't a guitar. It was a keyboard that you could play on, like a normal electric keyboard. I used to have that, and that was my first instrument I ever played. A couple months after my nana passed away, she bestowed onto me my first instrument and my first sewing machine. Which, yes, I know how to sew with the old style sewing machine. And not the newer styles, the old style that you just pop up. And then there you go, you sew your heart's content. And I also use it as a table. That's what my childhood was. I used it as a table. And why do I use it as a table? Because my nana didn't have tables tall enough to literally draw on. And I was growing up back then, and she thought using her sewing machine as a table would be a good idea, and also as a desk. So that's when we inherit that. And there's some times where people in there knew what happened to Nana freak out. Well, when I was about maybe a baby or taller, We were at McDonald's in Prince Albert. If you were in that McDonald's where you see a toddler zoom off of seats, which was one of those McDonald's wheeler chairs, and you didn't lock it in place, so you go zooming. But back then they had remodeled, so that didn't help. And so let me just go back to the story. Well, we were at McDonald's. My nan was getting people out, which I think my brother was there, and probably not. I ended up going zooming across the floor, which was unstable ground, and I guess my seat was not in place. I guess I hit a bump, and I ended up flying out of the chair, and landing right directly in my head, making a sickening snap at the neck. Yes, it happened twice in my life. 3 times. If you were there back then and heard the sickening snap of my neck, I'm sorry. Because it happened 3 times, 3 different locations, and I'm sorry if you were there. Yes, it did happen. And if you all hear the sickening snap of a baby or a toddler or whatever age it was, neck snapping and thinking that I was dead, here I am today because I ain't dead. So my nana starts freaking out, thinking she had accusingly murdered me. Well, my mom picked me up, holding me for dear life, looking at for any help. When everyone was about here, I finally wake up from wherever shock I was in, crying for dear life. They were all pretty hectic. My mom runs and banana right into the car. They take me to the hospital. We have that doctor that dealt with me. I'm sorry. They are hectic when it comes to my injuries. And I guess I had to stay in Prince Albert for a bit. As my mom says, because of a head injury I caused myself with a sickening pop of my neck. Plus my uncle lives there, so he came to visit. And if you read Uncle, you get to become my doctor, even though you're a surgeon. Next part of the story is when I was, my brother for now is in the picture. My mom now says this will never happen again. Well, it happened 3 times. Another time on her care when we were in Tisdale, and the other in Saskatoon, which, shopping cart plus cement that's not really modeled properly in Circle. Yeah, let's just go with that story. Well, we were at Circle. My brother was taller back then. I was in the shopping cart, minding my own business. There was no thing where to sit because diapers were in the by shopping cart. And here I am thinking, this will be fine just sitting on some diapers. Then here, this is when Circle Mall guys, big update where all the tiles from the ground were removed, and back then it was a horrible mistake for them. I guess probably got media coverage or something like that, just like Prince Albert did. Well, what happened was when my mom or dad hit a bump, the little shiny me goes flying out of the cart. Here comes the grand hit. Ends up making this nice echoey sickening snap. Thanks to the whole remodel for Circle Mall, the city snap echoed. And everyone in that mall heard that sickening snap of a neck and had a panic freeze attack even in the food court area. If you were in the food court area that day, I'm sorry because, that did not feel good for you guys. Just hearing a child sickening his neck and head hitting the ground. And then once the dad picks the child up, wait for the child to cry, was kind of shocking to you. Then when you're rushing for the eyes and trying to call 911 and knowing that the child might die, look at me now. I'm still alive. Now, after that incident, I stayed in the hospital again to help the meeting coverage that one. Because it was Sergio's fault for that one. And then here comes the third one, which was actually at a park. Not at a restaurant or at a mall. This was actually at a park where I did a stupid thing. Okay, so my nana took us to a park. So, being the gymnastics thing I was climbing a spider. Yes, Tisdale has a spider. Tisdale Park has a spider, and it was kind of weird to climb because it was slippery because it was raining. And just when I almost slipped, I went from normal falling to neck snap. And yeah, so the person that was standing there with his kid, I'm sorry about it. I believe he got freaked out. I'm perfectly fine. And to the doctor there, things to try to ease out the weird extra issues are closed. Yeah, you kind of are still on that. Because in Tisdale, their extra sheets are closed at a certain time. So I hope you guys enjoy these stories of Ina and what she would have said and what she did say and what happened. And I hope you guys wish Ina a happy birthday. Because Ina is a big part of this channel because she made this channel become what it is today. Love you guys and hope you guys have a great day. Peace out, Hero Squad.